Thugger. Hey, look, they talking. Let's break it all down. Let's see what they talking about. Exclusive, baby. In the Superior Court of Fulton County, state of Georgia versus Jeffrey Williams. Let's go. Motion in limine number 21. Comes down Mr. Jeffrey Williams, by and through undersigned counsel, and hereby files the motion in limine number 21 to exclude any and all recorded jail calls made by anyone other than Mr. Williams, as said jail calls are hearsay and/or violate the confrontation clause. In support of this motion, Mr. Williams shows as follows. Number one, Mr. Williams is innocent of any and all charges the above referenced indictment. Number two, based upon information and belief, the prosecution may attempt to introduce jail calls of people other than Mr. Williams. The reason these jail calls are admissible against the person who made the call from jail and the person speaking on that jail call to the person from jail is that it is known that jail calls are being monitored by law enforcement for law enforcement to use in potential prosecutions. 4. Since the people speaking on these recorded jail telephone during these conversations and the speakers on this call are aware that law enforcement officers are listening to same, this becomes a confrontation clause issue because it is known that these conversations will be used as testimonial evidence for the prosecution and is a statutory bar based upon the fact that there is no exception to the hearsay rule since these conversations cannot be made in furtherance of the conspiracy since law enforcement officers are listening to these calls. Wherefore, Mr. Williams respectfully requests a hearing on this motion and at the conclusion of the same, asks that this honorable court to grant the above requested relief. This 5th day of July, 2023, respectfully submitted Brian Steele and Keith Adams. Let's start the show. So essentially what they're saying is they know that the police been listening to them phone calls. But what type of phone calls, right? So the type of phone calls that they believe and have knowledge of, or somebody may have said something wild, is talking about bodies. Not indicating that Thug got a body, but Thug got knowledge about a body, or that he has some active participation in seeing the commission of that body, not that he squeezed the trigger at all. So what they're basically saying is, man, these fools is actively wilding and calling and talking about crimes on the phone. If you ever had one jail phone call in your life, they let you know about 5 times that, hey, this phone call is being recorded by the city or by the state or whatever. But they let you know it's being recorded. So some of these cats are either too stupid or they're actively against Young Thug. Either way it goes, you can't talk about stuff like that and I ain't saying nothing about it and get me in trouble. Because basically, if that's the case, you're setting a bad precedence. What do I mean? Imagine if the prosecution did a little elbow nudge, like, hey, talk about this, talk about that, and all this, and we'll cut your sentence in half. And the person had nothing to do with it. Well, any nigga that's facing like 20 years would say, oh, I'll take that 10 on the chin. I'll come home in about 8.5, or maybe even 8 years with good behavior and all that. I'll be out in 7. So I just took a 20-year sentence all the way to 7 years. I think I could do that. What I got to do? Talk about some illegal stuff and all that and everything. I think I can do that. And that's essentially part of the argument. Not the full argument, but part of it. Young Thug also has a motion right now to dismiss basically the charges, well, a bunch of charges that he has because they're over 5 years old, trying to apply the statute of limitations. The problem with that is it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter because your gang has existed doing criminal activity. They're charging the gang as one, and this is why the judge is going to say no, because essentially what you're saying is not one individual. The gang is a unit. So it don't matter if you was doing crimes up until starting in 2014, because y'all still committed crimes in 2022. as a whole entire gang, not as one individual. Now, if Thug was by himself and all that, then yeah, you'd have an argument. Because there's some people right now that's arguing amongst themselves. Thug finna get home and he finna beat this because of this one thing. It's not gonna happen. The judge ain't gonna let it happen at all. Because once again, we gotta prove that this is a gang. And since it's an active gang, and they commit crimes like a month before cats went to jail, they're gonna hold you to it. I know it sounds grim and setting ass, bro. That's kind of messed up. You would say that. No, I'm just not gonna sit up here and lie to y'all. It's worth a shot. Don't get it wrong. But anybody worth their salt already knows this is just an attempt to make sure you check all boxes. All right. Well, let's see if this applies. Let's see if we can get it knocked off. Let's see if the application of said crime fits to the T of the law. All right, cool. Now let's go and see if we are even worthy of putting the damn thing up any damn ways. Really how they should attack it. And trust me, they don't need no advice from me. They ain't watching. But really how I feel they should attack it is essentially from the beginning with everybody else except for Thug. Because if Thug is the leader of a one-man gang, it ain't a gang no more. Makes sense? But they more than likely, they probably will do it that way and try to get a lot of charges and stuff like that dismissed from other individuals. But it just hurts them because essentially these cats already took their lick. But y'all let me know your thoughts on this one. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe the hood lawyer just don't know what he's talking about. But y'all know I ain't wrong. But share to keep your people aware. Subscribe, turn on that bell to stay notified. Do y'all believe, no matter what, bro, hey, we a gang, we gang. And I really want y'all to answer this one. Just take it from the judge's perspective, right? Say this. Your homies, regardless of anything, is still your homies. You chose to run with them. So no matter if your homies get on the phone and talk stupid, it ain't gonna matter. You chose your homies. Should that be the basis of why Thug should not get those things removed out of there? They're going to be allowed, but I know why they're going to be allowed for the reason I just stated previously. But what y'all think? Should the gang, regardless of anything, I don't care who split, who did whatever, should they have their stuff used against the head leader? Give us some critical thinking and let me know your thoughts on this one. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Oh, also check out this video I put on American Alpha Male. I really want to start reading stories and mysteries and all that because I feel like a lot of us are doing well and doing a lot of the same stuff, but we got a lot of different perspectives. But I want to start reading some mysteries, get back to that old school radio feel, you know, when we used to listen to like stories and all that, little shorts and all that stuff, and the shorts used to be 10 minutes. So I'm going to try like doing some online reading about some actual real stories, change some names and some dates and all that stuff. But it's going to be an American Alpha Male channel. I want to actually start doing that, and then I'll probably start another channel specifically directed for that. And we'll probably do that daily. But y'all let me know your thoughts.
They used to say, words couldn't hurt me. Videos, just my name, they getting thirsty. Go ahead.